Something massive just got approved, and it could shape Kansas City for the next 50 years, maybe longer. Port KC just authorized up to $100 billion in revenue bonds for a project known as Project Kestrel, a hyperscale data center development that will bring 6 new facilities to the Northland. To put that in perspective, that's nearly double Missouri's entire state annual budget. And because Port KC isn't City Hall, it's a separate agency with bonding authority and no elected oversight, deals like this can move forward with very little public review. So here's what we know. The centers will be built in phases across 379 acres near KCI, with construction starting in 2026 and lasting for about 20 to 30 years. The developer hasn't been named yet, but it's described as one of the world's leading tech companies. Now, we already have the $800 million Meta facility that just opened and the $10 billion Project Mica, a separate 5-center development also in the Northland. These hyperscale data centers are popping up fast, and they require massive resources to operate. One Google facility consumes over 550,000 gallons of water a day and more than 200 million gallons a year. Some centers have hit 1.7 billion gallons annually. Now, our region's water supply is robust, which makes us a prime candidate for these centers, but what happens in a drought year? What happens when we start talking about long-term water rights? Developers say they'll use 50% carbon-free energy and replenish more water than they consume, but what does that actually mean in practice, and who's tracking it? Project Kestrel promises around 50 to 100 high-paying jobs per facility and estimates over $110 million in new tax revenue, but what's the long-term cost to the city for roads, fire, EMS, and infrastructure? And beyond water, what about energy? In other cities, utility companies have quietly passed the cost of powering these massive facilities onto everyday residents, even after tech companies claim they wouldn't. So as Kansas City goes all in on hyperscale data infrastructure, are we sure we understand the full environmental and financial impact? Or are we locking in decades of risk without a full picture of return? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more updates on the scene in KC.